What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Hey, this that Eastside Johnny Big Redemption like. Know what I'm talking about? Hold up. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion, as I'll hand it over to the two men who will call the action, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and it is our extreme privilege to be on hand for the Super Bowl. And I can't help but look down on this field, partner, and think about the history of this game and all the great players, all the great teams that have stood on the field for this moment. So special.
This game is so historic that while we call it the Super Bowl now, that wasn't even the name of the first couple. It's the AFL NFL World Championship game before the Super Bowl really took hold. And think about the Green Bay Packers winning the first two that got us kicked off and started towards where we are today.
And with the whole world watching, at the end of this game, at the end of tonight, one of these two sides, they get to etch their name in NFL immortality.
No doubt about it. They hold up the ultimate symbol of victory in this league, the Lombardi Trophy.
Years after Joe Namath and the guarantee, we are underway in Super Bowl 53. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
I got one to tell me that in his notes he wrote down, Mayfield, brash, happy-go-lucky, plays the same way, barely restrained improv act that frustrates opponents and sometimes his own coaches, but produces plenty of highlights. What do you think of that?
Now a play fake here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Alec Ogletree. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
Now out come the Giants. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Working from the gun, Manning. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. Aldrick Rosas now to try the Giants field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now back out comes the offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And who's got it? The Giants.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got a man complete. They give him a gain of 38.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Green.
First down, Mayfield. And he's caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, so it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally, you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Manning. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Shotgun now for Manning. And this is Shepard on the catch. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Browns offense trotting back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
On the run, it's Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll lead here to a third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Operating from the gun. Manning. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, too much oomph. Too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. As the offense comes out, we put our Madden spotlight on Baker Mayfield. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. Mayfield now completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. First carry for Nick Chubb. Shrugs him off. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one good for 10 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
From the gun, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Second down, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Njoku. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Browns' passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
A first red zone opportunity for the Browns thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty. Because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And again, it's Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Set to Bell. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Browns add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. From the gun, it's Manning. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Barkley, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Manning now on 1st down. And that is incomplete here. T.J. Carey right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. It's Shepard. A good cover defensively as they get to him just beyond the 45 after the juke. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Manning, and that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
Now Mayfield. Got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And all the way to the opposite 48. A big play there on third down for the Browns. 41 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Mayfield on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield. And Callaway taking it in left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. A give. This is Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out on a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Kareem Martin in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
All right, here we go. Green 30.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Set. 3-19.
So 1 quarter down here in the Super Bowl. 14-3, that's our score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Here's Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.